Stonehenge is thought to come from the Old English or Saxon word stanhengen, which means stone hanging, because it kind of resembles what gallows looked like in the Middle Ages. You had two uprights with a crossbeam.
Our world holds countless hidden realms of mystery and wonder, waiting to be uncovered. Amongst them, some of the world's oldest historical monuments that offer glimpses of what they once were. These prehistoric monuments, crafted with unimaginable precision and purpose, fascinate and baffle us. As we peel back the layers of time, new realities are revealed, like the hidden chambers beneath Stonehenge that offer a tantalizing glimpse into the past. Join us on a journey into the unknown as we uncover the intriguing findings and unlock the secrets buried beneath some of the world's most famous ancient sites.
That means that there was a previously unknown civilization living right here of Bronze Age people. And that's who built Stonehenge.
Number 1. Stonehenge.
New analysis shows that the 6-ton iconic altar stone at the heart of Stonehenge originated from northeastern Scotland rather than southwest Wales. The discovery shows that its construction was a far greater collaborative effort than scientists believe.
Stonehenge, constructed over 4,000 years ago, still holds secrets that continue to mystify historians and archaeologists alike.
Rocks, so without chipping off any new pieces.
A recent study has unveiled a hidden complex beneath this remarkable structure. Recently, scientists discovered a network of ancient monuments, buildings, and burial mounds using ground-penetrating radar and a high-resolution magnetometer to map nearly 3,000 acres. It revealed 17 ritual monuments, including the biggest House of the Dead, hundreds of burial mounds, and a possible processional route encircling Stonehenge. The most mysterious find is a 1-mile-long monument known as Superhenge at Durrington Walls, which once stood with up to 60 stone probable wooden pillars, some of which could still be underground. What were these structures for? Did they have some function in our ancestors' lives, maybe in ceremonies or religious rituals? Stonehenge stands as a symbol of humanity's quest for meaning and connection with the cosmos. Number 2. Göbekli Tepe, the world's oldest temple.
The carbon dating in all the area around Göbekli Tepe is somewhere around 12,000 years. Is that correct?
11,600.
Imagine a building 6,000 years older than Stonehenge. Since its discovery in the 1990s, Göbekli Tepe in the Anatolian Turkish hills still baffles historians and archaeologists. It has been estimated to be constructed between 9600 and 9500 BCE. What mystifies researchers is not only that the monument was built so many years ago, but the advanced techniques used for its construction.
This is an extremely complex society.
Yes, and this is a surprise. We didn't know this.
How could people with no advanced tools raise 20-foot-long columns of limestone, weighing up to 10 tons without any aid of tools and gadgets? In what way did such a society, which did not possess metal tools or structures, manage to do it? The precision and sophistication show a level of organization and skill that challenges our understanding of prehistoric civilizations. The function of Göbekli Tepe remains unclear. Historians speculate that the building might have been used for rituals or ceremonies. Its pillars are adorned with motifs and depictions of animals like birds and lions, which may have had ceremonial or religious significance. Number 3. Adam's Land Bridge.
A string of pearls between two islands.
It looks to me like a rocky jetty, but this thing looks pretty big.
Adam's Land Bridge is a mysterious structure that connects the territory of India and Sri Lanka. This submerged chain of limestone shoals lies across the Palk Strait and is visible on Google Earth, extending about 35 kilometers. Geologists suggest that it is a possible linkage between the two land masses. However, the legendary story, based on the Hindu script, Ramayana, talks about the construction of a bridge by the Hindu god Ram with his army of ape-like men to cross the ocean and save his wife Sita, abducted by the 10-headed demon Ravana. The underwater survey and satellite images show a series of ridges and features that lead to controversies about whether these structures are man-made or are formed naturally. Many believe that it could be man-made, which would make it one of the largest ancient bridges that has ever been unearthed. Number 4. Yonaguni Monument.
Mysterious disappearances of ships and planes are perhaps what the Bermuda Triangle is best known for. However, what's more bizarre than what hasn't been found here is what has. Almost 500 feet below the water surface in an underwater anomaly, the team from Bermuda Triangle into Cursed Waters has discovered what appears to be man-made monolithic rock. The limestone is perfectly cut with straight, even edges. Could it be part of some ancient underwater structures or ballast stone from a shipwreck? Thousands of miles from here, off the coast of Japan, some believe they have found evidence of another lost kingdom.
Is it possible to have such a massive seismic event that it submerges a whole civilization? The Yonaguni Monument is a large underwater formation near the Yonaguni Island in Japan's Ryukyu Islands. Discovered in the 80s by a diver, it has attracted many researchers and divers because of its man-made step-like structures. The monument includes several wide, flat terraces, stairs, and what seem like geometrical ruins of a man-made civilization. Some believe that it can be the remains of a city or complex created by ancient people that submerged because of an earthquake or high waters. This fact is supported by the structure being regular and aligned. Others claim that the monument is a result of natural occurrence over time, by forces such as erosion and tectonic activity. The depth of the location of this monument adds to its mystery. It is located at a depth of about 20 meters, which makes it notoriously challenging to explore. Nevertheless, the Yonaguni Monument continues to spark people's bridging the gap between legend and mystery and science. Number 5. Tiwanaku. Tiwanaku, overlooking Lake Titicaca, is a fine example of an architectonic masterpiece. It boasts the fascinating stepped Akapana pyramid, the striking Kalasasaya temple with its carved steles reflecting astronomical phenomena, and the gateway of the sun. But what really sets Tiwanaku apart is its stonework, perfectly cut without mortar. It's hard to fathom how this was done, and that too without any form of writing system. Researchers wonder how the Tiwanaku people performed such advanced engineering with expert precision. Or could these constructions be attributed to aliens? Tiwanaku's purported age of around 17,000 years would place it well before any known cities by at least 10,000 years, though most of the mainstream archaeologists attribute it to 1000 to 1500 BC. The site's advanced techniques and origins continue to spark awe and wonder, leaving us to ponder what else lies hidden in the mysteries of Tiwanaku. Number 6. Gate of the Sun. Imagine if you find yourself in the Bolivian and then face a huge stone passageway that can easily have come from a sci-fi film. That must be the Gate of the Sun indeed. The gateway is located in the Tiwanaku. This massive stone, quarried from a single large block, dates back around 500 to 1000 CE. It stands about 12 feet high and 15 meters wide, with 50 engravings still undeciphered by scholars. The central figure on the gate represents sun god Inti, a prominent deity in the Andean culture, surrounded by intricate symbols and patterns. But where have these symbols come from? Why did the Tiwanaku people use so much artistry on this gate? Some people believe that the gate was a ceremonial or religious monument. Others believe that it was more than just a gate, thought to be an ancient celestial calendar that would align with certain astronomical events or even an interdimensional portal. Number 7. Uffington White Horse. Ever wondered how is it possible that a giant horse was sculpted on a hillside some 3,000 years ago? The Oxfordshire, England's Uffington White Horse is a prehistoric figure of 360 feet carved into the chalk hillside. Dating back to 1000 BC, it is considered one of the oldest and most significant British hill figures. But why make such a huge figure? According to some theories, it could be a ceremonial representation of the sight of gods, celestial beings, or even extraterrestrials who may watch them from the sky. Controversy exists whether the figure painted resembles the real creature. Could it be a horse, a saber-toothed cat, or is it supernatural? According to folklore, the spirit of Oxfordshire, the horse could foresee danger and lead the riders out of the area. The villagers would tell stories of how, during their worst times, these horses would help guide them to safety or save them from danger. To this day, the Uffington horse remains a powerful symbol of heroism and the indomitable will of those who stand against the odds. Number 8. Nazca Lines. Of all the remarkable sceneries that decorate the gigantic sand hills of southern Peru, none could be as mind-blowing as the eternal mystery inscribed in the red tape of Earth. Created between 500 BCE and 500 CE by the Nazca culture, these enigmatic figures span over 1,000 square kilometers and include designs of animals, plants, and geometric shapes. Among the most famous are the images of a spider, a monkey, and a hummingbird, which are best viewed from the air due to their immense size. What makes these lines so mysteriously captivating? How were such massive sizes achieved, and why have these lines remained so well defined? Were they meant to be viewed in that manner, or is there another way in which the paintings could be viewed that has not been discovered yet? Such questions emphasize the enchanting appeal of the Nazca lines, which helps explain why art, astronomy, and rituals in ancient Peru are so interesting. The geoglyphs remain fascinating and impressive, representing the essence of the Nazca civilization's enigma. Number 9. Hegra, Saudi Arabia. Deep in the deserts of Saudi Arabia lies an incredible ancient city, unnoticed by most travelers, Hegra or Al-Hijr. This gorgeous place was once the center of Nabatean culture, civilization, and development. From the beginning of the 1st century BCE up to the 4th century CE, and to this day holds many mysteries. But what made Hegra so tempting? Why did the Nabateans select this isolated and waterless place for their magnificent city? Hegra too is a rock-cut architecture akin to the Petra in Jordan. And so what made the Hegra's architecture so conspicuous and rather amazing in terms of architectural brilliance? The most outstanding features of the site are the elaborate tombs, pavilion-like entrances to the tombs, monumental structures, and inscriptions hewn out of soft sandstone cliffs. Well-preserved rock-cut wells and cisterns comprise the architectural design of Hegra, with complex hydraulic systems that depict the Nabateans' remarkable engineering expertise. Number 10. Dolmen of the Caucasus. Situated in the Caucasus, the area of Russia and Georgia, the Dolmen of the Caucasus turn into enigmatic archaeological marvels. Ranging from 3000 to 1000 BC, those structures are not ordinary stones. They are magnificent megaliths to which incredible constructors' work belongs. Why are these dolmens so unique? First, the engineering that went into their construction is fabulous. They typically feature a large horizontal capstone resting on upright stones, with some dolmens including elaborate carvings and decorative elements. But what is the real story behind them? Were these monumental structures functioned as grand burial grounds, political and religious centers, or something completely different? The scale and craftsmanship suggest they held significant cultural or religious meaning for the ancient peoples. Number 11. Barnenez, France. Completed circa 4500 BC, the Barnenez cairn in Brittany, France is not only one of the largest, but one of the earliest megalithic constructions in Europe. Standing 18 meters high and stretching for 72 meters, it poses many questions. The cairn is composed of a series of large, carefully arranged stones and features a complex system of internal chambers and passages. But how did the Neolithic builders construct such a megalithic structure? What was the reason to build this large cairn with such detail and intricate design? Was Barnenez only a monumental sepulchre? Researchers suggest Barnenez was used as a burial site, with numerous graves and funerary objects discovered within its chambers. These artifacts include pottery, tools, and personal items, providing valuable insights into the burial customs and daily life of the people who built and used the cairn. Number 12. Pentre Ifan. Perched prominently in Pembrokeshire, Wales, the Pentre Ifan dolmen is a prehistoric earthen remnant dating from back to 3500 BCE. This enchanting megalith consists of a massive capstone weighing 16 tons, balancing on top of 3 gates-high stones. But what makes Pentre Ifan truly unique? How did the Neolithic builders manage to transport and orientate those massive stones with such precision? Why was this enormous scale created? Was it a flamboyant burying ground, or perhaps for other astronomical or religious ceremonies? The positioning of the dolmen and its orientation to the surrounding terrain suggests that the builders possessed considerable architectural and even astronomical knowledge. The grandeur and mystery of Pentre Ifan continue to fascinate, inviting us to explore the ancient rituals and ingenious engineering of its creators. Number 13. The Unfinished Obelisk. The Unfinished Obelisk in Aswan, Egypt, is a stunning testament to ancient ambition and craftsmanship. Dating from around 1500 BCE, this colossal stone, intended to be one of the largest obelisks ever at 42 meters, remains embedded in its quarry. So why was this grand project abandoned? According to one theory, the artisans caused cracks in the stone when carving, bringing the building of the obelisk to an abrupt stop. The other alternative lies in the fact that the execution of such a great stone required higher-level skills. Transport and installation of the stone stood as a challenge. The builders were experimenting with innovative methods, but perhaps these techniques were not yet refined enough for a project of this scale. Some other causes could also be a change in the political or economic statuses of countries, leading to a shifting of focus and resources. Today, the unfinished obelisk speaks of the great vision and brilliance in engineering of ancient Egypt, provoking some sort of curiosity as to what other mysteries it could hide. Number 14. Plain of Jars. The Plain of Jars, located in Laos, is one of the most beautiful archaeological sites. This site dates back between 500 BCE and 500 CE, with more than 2,000 enormous stone jars dotting this landscape. Some of the jars are up to 3 meters in height and several tons in weight. But how was such architecture established, and what about those giant jars they stood on? The construction of these jars is quite interesting, but how are these colossal jars built and placed? The local sandstone was likely carved using primitive tools with intricate techniques. How did ancient builders manage to transport and position such massive stones across the rugged landscape? The uses of the jars are still a mystery even today. It is still questionable about their use in ceremonies, whether they were utilized to contain human ashes or objects used in ceremonies. The Plain of Jars remains an enigma for archaeologists, reflecting a rich but elusive aspect of ancient Southeast Asian history. Number 15. Pyramids of Meroe. We all have heard of the pyramids of Egypt, but have you heard of the pyramids of Sudan? The pyramids of Meroe are historical structures erected in the Sudan, on the eastern coast of the Nubian Desert. They are a part of the Kingdom of Kush, which existed from 800 BCE to 350 CE. The site has over 200 pyramids, making it one of the largest reserves of pyramids in the entire world. These Meroe pyramids, unlike the Egyptian pyramids, are quite tall and slender in architecture from the base. They vary in height from 7 to 30 meters, with steep slopes and small diameters at the bottom. These pyramids are thought to have been built as burial chambers for the Kushite monarchs and were decorated with beautiful carvings and hieroglyphs, providing insights into the culture, beliefs, and history of the Kushites. The pyramids of Meroe remain one of the marvels and the object of further research of the ancient African culture in modern times. Number 16. Maui of Easter Island. We all wondered about the big stone men buried on the grounds of Easter Island. But do you know the truth about them? The Moai of Easter Island, also referred to as Rapa Nui, are figurines that stand with unknown history and pack a cultural punch. These statues were made between 1400 1650 CE, and despite the statues' large heads, they represent ancestor characters, which is a significant aspect of Rapa Nui culture. The Moai statues range in height from 2 to 10 meters, are made from volcanic tuff, and all figures have a distinctive nose and chin. Standing on platforms that are made of stones known as ahu, the statues faced the mainland, protecting the communities they belong to. It is incomprehensible how the ancient people moved and positioned these colossal statues when most of them weighed several tons. It was proposed that the ancient people used such tools as wooden sleds, ropes, and special techniques to transport the statues, and this has only added more theories and discussions about their construction. Number 17. Ancient temples of Malta. Prehistoric temples of Malta are some of the earliest man-made structures built of stone that date between 3600 and 2500 BC. These megalithic temples are found mainly on Malta and Gozo and are proof of early architectural and societal development. The most popular temples include Hal Saflieni Hypogeum, which is situated underground, and the Gantija temples in Gozo. Prehistoric temples called Gantija were founded between 3600 and 3200 BC and consist of several circular megaliths. They are renowned for their impressive size and the precise engineering used in their construction. The Hal Saflieni Hypogeum is a temple complex carved in the rock with very complex designs on the walls and floors of the chambers and accompanied by symbolic artworks. Some experts theorize it is a possible religious burial ground. Number 18. Petra. An enchanting ancient city famous for its captivating architecture engraved in rocks and sundry history, Petra is located in the southern part of Jordan. Founded in the 4th century BCE by the Nabateans, Petra represented one of the most important transit points and trading centers that connected the Arabian Peninsula with Egypt and countries of the Mediterranean. Why can Petra be considered to be such an interesting place? Petra is an ancient city that has been sculptured out of high place from the rose-red sandstone of the Petra Gorge. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Petra's enigmatic and awe-inspiring ruins continue to attract and fascinate visitors. What secrets does this ancient marvel still hold about its creators and their extraordinary achievements? Number 19. Aztec Pyramids. Boy, the pyramids are great in Aztec engineering. Just try and picture buildings of such a scale as the Pyramid of the Sun or the Templo Maya rising from the ground. The Pyramid of the Sun is an enigmatic stone construction that was erected much earlier than the Aztecs, although the culture was greatly influenced by it. The Templo Maya was found right in the middle of Tenochtitlan. Aztecs' main city was the temple dedicated to the god of war, Huitzilopochtli, and the rain god Tlaloc. Before the arrival of the Europeans, imagine the Aztecs coming here for ceremonies and probably to speak to the gods or to have a festive session. Today, these prodigies attract millions of people to admire and marvel at the architectural masterpieces that speak volumes of a prosperous civilization and grandeur to the greatest extent. Number 20. Mesa Verde Cliff. Mesa Verde, located in the southwestern part of Colorado, contains fascinating cliff dwellings that were built by the ancestral Puebloans, often referred to as Anasazi, in between the 600s and 1300s already. What if I told you that such dwellings as Cliff Palace, Balcony House, and Long House were untouched cliff faces of the Mesa Verde Plateau? Imposing multi-storied structures standing tall and adorned with carvings and paintings made of sandstone and mortar let out a peek into the bygone era. The architectural features, such as apartments, circumvallation kivas, and storage rooms, are constructed in overhanging cavities. Number 21. Temple Indonesia. Temples of Indonesia, especially in Java and Bali, are like walking into an open-air history encyclopedia. Think of Central Java. This is a region with the largest Buddhist temple, Borobudur, built during the 9th century. Borobudur has 9 levels of stages and a large dome. It is an incredible system of blind alleys that form various shapes and scenes of the life and doctrine of Siddhartha Gautama. Throughout Buddhism, cosmology is considered a major theme. This place is indeed a classical Buddhist pilgrimage site that captures the essence of Buddhism neighboring. It is the Prambanan Temple, also dating back to the 9th century, which boasts of its majesty. Some believe these temples are not only the architectural wonders of the world, but also the custodians of primeval secrets and histories that still leave everyone intrigued. Number 22. Palenque, Mexico. Palenque is located in the enigmatic Chiapas jungle and gives a reader or traveler the experience of a pirate map of the lost Mayan city. This Maya city was active from 226 to 799 CE. Let your imagination picture the city filled with mystery and marvel. The Temple of the Inscriptions, in which the body of Pakal the Great was placed, is a tomb not only but a sort of a portal to otherworldly transcendence. The 3-story palace and an enigmatic tower could have been a hiding place for space travelers or an observatory for major space events. What were those other secrets that these astronomers and priest-scientists of the Maya civilization knew? The temples of the cross, sun and foliated cross might be actual storybooks depicting the might of the Maya gods and legendary epics. Therefore, Palenque, which is rich in vegetation and obscured Maya ruins, inspires travelers to search for the magical and cosmological powers. Number 23. Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu, located in the Andes of Peru, most seem to be a fairy tale land from the time of the Inca Empire. Construction in the 15th century by the Inca Emperor Pachacuti, it is located at 2,130 meters, 7,970 feet, above sea level, atop the spectacular Trench Mountains. Just try to picture yourselves strolling through the 32,500 hectares of complicated designed temples, palaces, and terraces made out of stones that are snugly fit, that even when there is an earthquake or several centuries pass, the structures remain intact. Is it a king's secret, a hermitage, or something else entirely? The towering ridge and green background enhance the mystique of this place as one of the oldest creations of mankind. Number 24. Newgrange, Ireland. County Meath. Ireland is home to one of the most interesting and mysterious places of the prehistoric period. Newgrange. The Newgrange was built around 3200 BC, which is earlier than Stonehenge and even the pyramid architecture in Egypt. In a way, it is easy to picture a big round hill, which, overall, would be 85 meters in diameter and 13.5 meters high, with an encircling ring of outsized stones. The true magic of Newgrange reveals itself during the winter solstice. As sunlight streams through a narrow passage, it illuminates the inner chamber in a breathtaking spectacle. This alignment suggests a deep connection to celestial events and ancient ceremonies. The stones, adorned with intricate spirals and geometric patterns, hint at sophisticated astronomical knowledge and ceremonial significance. Number 25. Valsey's Ruins, Greenland. The Valsey's Ruins, hidden deep in Greenland's icy wilderness near Valsey's Fjord, are like a magical peek into the Viking Age. Picture this: native Norse people who were bold enough to construct dry stone structures, from dwelling houses to a possible small church between 1000 to 1400 CE. The artifacts found in the Norse pots and tools suggest a robust indigenous population living in this part of the world that developed a way of life coping with one of the harshest climates on the planet. But why did they leave? Directions, opportunities, or a considerable sense of burnout? Was it due to cold weather, moving ice, or something else? These ancient ruins keep marvels and mysteries, encouraging people to discover the mysteries of the doomed Vikings' life in Greenland. These ancient constructions are not merely historic structures that remind people of certain epochs, but the sole sensational discoveries that create interest. They provoke us to think about the enigmas of the prehistoric populations and their fantastic creativity. Therefore, let us enjoy and contemplate the miracles and enigmatic of those historical structures. Follow us to learn more about the mystery and the fascinating civilizations behind these awe-inspiring creations.